I want you to have an attitude of gratitude. It will give profound changes in your life and for those around you. If we have not met before, my name is John Ruman. I'm an international business coach, consultant, and corporate trainer, and I'm going to discuss tonight on a beautiful Christmas Eve night the benefits of you actually having appreciation. I'm going to give it to you from a very scientific perspective, as well as some other aspects as well. If you're open to it, cool, and if not, all good. So, quite simply, it's been scientifically proven that, well, let me take a step back. When your body experiences fear and separation, when you are feeling, let's say you're freaking out about money, you're having serious challenges relationship-wise, when you're going through things that make you very upset. It could be fearful. It could just be stressed out about life. Your body goes into what's called a fight or flight stress state. That's one side of the coin. The polar opposite is what they call in the medical profession the rest and digest state. And a couple things are differentiated in your system when you're actually in the rest and digest state, and let me explain those briefly. When you're in fight or flight, your blood leaves your extremities. It goes to your, allows your body so you can sprint, so you can fight, so you're able to move quickly. It basically stops the majority of your digestion, at least to the quality your body is used to having it. Also healing. Your body has a natural ability to heal itself. That stops as well. So basically your body stops doing its natural healing and digestion. And you feel, and if you have a high stress act like a car accident or pretend you got held up or something, you're shaking afterwards, and that's the adrenaline in your system still after. And and cortisol, there's a lot of these hormones which are great because they can keep you safe, but the problem is people experience this all the time. So what happens is I think it's 65 or 66 minute half-life of cortisol in your system. So you have a stress state, you have a rough conversation or something, and then several hours later your body still has the after effects. This leads to weight gain, whole bunch of challenges. Flip side, the rest and digest state, that is kind of what most people feel like only when they're on vacation for the most part. But I'm going to give you a couple of hacks today that'll help you to actually feel better about that. But when you're able to have this state, your body's able to heal. In other words, to the degree that in the medical profession, if someone has like an organ transplant, your body doesn't want someone else's organ, even if it's a very close match. So what they actually do is they put the body in a high stress state to allow the body to have a longer chance of it slowly being acclimated to this new organ, and obviously the body knows it's not your organ. So when the body's trying to heal to get this new organ, they try to kind of slow down the healing process to kind of let the body get used to this new organ. Anyway, so the body's able to heal beautifully. You're able to sleep well. Your body is able to lose a lot of weight. A lot of people, when they'll notice if they eat the same way they normally eat on vacation, they lose weight. Some of it's water weight, but it also is some other factors because your body will retain water when you're in stress. So, with that, if you are in a constant or you practice the art of appreciating things around you, an attitude of gratitude, you'll hear, what happens is your body will shift from this fight or flight state to the rest and digest state. And what they've proven is when you actually feel the appreciation, and you'll know when you feel the appreciation when the feeling of appreciating becomes really easy, as well as you'll kind of feel like a loving emotion rush over you, and you'll just be like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like you can't help it. And what's happening, from my opinion, is when you're in a negative emotional state, it's easy to to continue the negative. But to overcome that, again, you appreciate. And to overcome the negative state, you have to practice the appreciation until it's more than 50% of your overall emotional state. And then it's easy to continue it and amplify it. So your body cannot be under a fight or flight stress response, and for you to actually feel appreciation, which is very powerful. So when you're with family, pretend you're with family, this, even if you're not Christian, you don't celebrate Christmas, but it may be time off, it may be an opportunity to reflect on the blessings of this year. All these positive things are happening. If you take the time to genuinely give that attention and truly feel it within you, to where, again, to kind of, you get this rushing over of this love emotional state. And you're just going to, at that point, by the way, you're going to all of a sudden feel like, gosh, I appreciate this and I appreciate that. Like it'll feel like it's work to appreciate. And then boom, it's easy and it's wonderful. It's like a really powerful bliss state, actually. But when you do that, your blood pressure lowers, and again, your body goes in this rest and digest state. And here's the great thing. The challenges that people hear about in the news, which I truly believe the news is designed primarily to create that feeling of separation, to create fear in people. Even the colors that are used, they don't use soothing, loving colors. They use colors of fear. They use language that is designed to create shock in people. So it's important that you understand that if you give that your attention, you're going to be in a fear state. And whether it's intentional or not, the language, the topics they talk about aren't about how well we're actually getting along, or that wars are decreasing, less people are dying, like all the real positive news that's actually happening all the time. You wouldn't know it if you were to turn on the news. And even if you open like the newspaper, it's the same kind of thing. So again, it's your choice. You can do whatever you want. I'm not here to force you to do anything. But I turned off my TV probably 10 years ago. And my primary way to find out big things happen is to hear about them from someone else if I ask. So in other words, major news events I find out about that way. I don't inundate myself with the minutia of little things, because at the end of the day, they don't impact my life, positive or negative. So people who live there and want to talk about it and say it's important, I respect that. I'm not here to say you're wrong. I'm just saying you have a choice in your life if you want to feel a sense of unity and love and appreciation, and that we all are amazing humans, have an awesome human experience and growing and becoming better, or a small fraction of the world is divisive and hates others. What's really powerful when you actually get into this and practice this appreciation, what you will find is when you, and again, once you have that washing over, you're going to look at these people who probably were abused, were brainwashed in some way, shape, or form about whatever group they're against, that you'll actually begin to feel love and compassion for these people that you may not have had before when you were in that kind of separate, fear-based, emotional state. And it's very powerful, because then you'll find things that bring you together, such as being a human. We all have the same sadnesses. We all cry when we lose a loved one. We all suffer if we have an emotional, like a financial hit of some sort. Like all those things happen regardless of the situation of how different the person is. So when you get into the positive, emotional, appreciative gratitude state, you're going to find that you love everyone. Everyone. And you'll no longer view this political figure, this, I don't know, there's all these things that people will find, like, I hate this person's that. And again, I appreciate and understand it, but just understand that your body in that moment is in a fight or flight state, and you have a choice to break out of it. So, quite simply, Practice appreciation. Practice taking time to slowly flip that, and literally it takes 5 or 6 minutes. If you actually truly sit and appreciate, pretend wherever you are right now, and you're watching this today or in the future, and you're looking around and you see things around you that are beautiful and you appreciate. So for example, I'm looking at this beautiful computer recording me. I have a camera. I can talk to you now and in the future, and I feel so blessed to have that. I'm wearing clothing. I love it. So comfortable. I have a microphone that hears my voice. I have a keyboard below. I have lots of lights. You don't see them. There's lots of lights here that enable me to be good visually, or there's so many things literally within a 5 foot space of my arms that I could just say I'm so blessed to have. So again, it doesn't really matter what it is, but when you begin feeling that love, feeling that appreciation, because most people are in the fight or flight whether they realize it or not. If it's easier for you to be negative about something, I don't care what the topic is, pick a topic. If it's easy for you to be negative, you are 51% or more negative or fear-based emotionally. Doesn't mean it's bad, I'm just telling you what it is. All you have to do is practice appreciation, gratitude. Anything. So when you're done with this and you watch this video, take like 3 or 4 minutes. Give yourself a 5-minute timer and say, I'm just going to try what John talks about. And you'll find, it may take longer, but literally just continually appreciate. I got a notebook here. I took notes today. I have a bracelet. It's beautiful. I have phones here to do other lives and make phone calls and connect with my loved ones. I can look around, but when you actually appreciate and feel it, after, again, several minutes, you'll hit a switch and it'll be easy. It's literally, that's the 51%. Once you're at that 51%, in the future, it's going to be a heck of a lot easier to feel the love and appreciation, gratitude around you, and it won't feel like work. So the more you practice this and the more you make it your habit, it'll actually become easier and easier. It will no longer become work. It'll be a joy. First of all, because it genuinely feels good. So initially, like I got a business card at a thing the other day. It's like, oh, that's great, I'm looking forward to helping this person. But the point is, if I really took a moment to really appreciate this guy, and he wants to get into real estate, he's a local this or that, it's really cool that I got to meet him and he took the time to think that John could help him. You have so many blessings and so many amazing things happening right now in your life. Even you being born is, I don't know if you heard the statistic, for you to be born and being who you are, where you are, is a 1 in 400 trillion chance. That's how unique and amazing and awesome you are. Forget about the fact that I personally believe you are a spark of the divine, expressing itself, giving gifts to the rest of the world. Forget about that. Not that that's not obviously huge, but if you want to take it from purely a scientific statistical, you are one of 400 trillion possibilities that made you who you are. So take that in. You are a gift. And if you ever are lonely, if you ever feel sad, the more you appreciate and love those things around you, your life will change in ways that you can't even fathom. Or maybe you can. So with that, I want to thank you for being you. I want to honor you for who you are, where you have been, how you are growing, the challenges you're facing, and that you are learning to overcome them, to be a more powerful, amazing version of yourself, and have trust that these things that today feel big one day will be nothing, and that you will actually become this amazing version of yourself because of these challenges. They are the tests, they are the roadblocks that make you what you need to be for you to have the impact that you need to have. So if you welcome and embrace them and say, wow, big challenge, I need this, what can I learn from this? And you actually learn something, the chances of it repeating itself goes down significantly. So welcome the challenges, say that's just life, I'm going to get through this, there's something for me to learn here, I need to grow and I'm ready for this. What's the next step? Bring it on. And then by doing that more and more, you won't have the issues. So thank you. I appreciate, I love, and bless you for being you. So have an amazing rest of your day. Whenever you see this, I look forward to the gifts that you have to share with the world. Thank you so much.